Hi everyone, Fanula J here, just dropping by with a sneak peek at some exclusive content over on the Flop Culture Patreon. That's patreon.com/flopculture, where you will get an extra, at least 2 bonus episodes a month on all things flops, sometimes bops, and everything in between. Hope you enjoyed this little preview. Hi everyone, you're very welcome back to Flop Culture Patreon. Hope you're well. Thanks for supporting. I have been talking about this episode since we launched the Patreon, and I'm delighted that we're actually able to do it now. It's Bop Culture. We're talking about sharp objects. I think I said on Instagram that it's been 10 years since it premiered. My guest thankfully corrected me. It's been 5. I've no concept of time. It's been 5 years.
Has it been?
2018.
2018. Oh yeah, okay.
Is it 5 now? Wait, hang on.
It's 2024, so is that 6? 2019.
Yeah, because I meant to do it last year. Okay, we'll say just over 5 years. Yeah. It's still significant. Anyway, we're talking about the TV adaptation of Sharp Objects, and my guest is, of course, the lovely Cian McCarthy. He's back. How are you?
Hi.
Are you well?
Really good.
That's good.
Glad to be back.
I'm glad you're back doing this. Talk to me about Sharp Objects. Had you read the book?
Yeah, I read the book.
Flynn?
Yeah, because I feel I've read all of her books.
Could you put it on your leg? Sorry, thanks.
I've read all of her books, and I actually think that's my favourite. I think I prefer it definitely to Gone Girl, because I think Gone Girl got like such hype.
Okay.
And obviously like the feature film, and it like blew up, blah blah. But like, I don't know, I just thought Sharp Objects was just so much more like complex. And even now, I think this is the 3rd time I've rewatched, and it's one of the few. Do you know, like sometimes with like adapting a book, like so much is lost, but I think they got it really spot on. It just is like creepy, and it like slowly unfolds, because obviously it's like hard to capture. Do you know when you're like reading a book and like the slow realizations as you're reading it, it's really hard to capture that on film, but I think they did a really good job.
How did you feel about the TV adaptation then? You watched it at the time, didn't you?
I watched it at the time, yeah. At the time watching it, yeah, I think I feel the exact same. I don't think it's aged at all. I think the performances are incredible. Like Amy Adams. Oh, I think as someone who watched it later, after many, many years of you telling me to, I watched it Christmas 2022. Yeah.
Weird time to watch it, but I watched it all in...
I wouldn't really consider it Christmas viewing. You should probably do like a trigger warning for this episode as well.
Oh, it'll be in the text. I'm going to do a separate intro as well. Yeah.
This is me also doing a trigger warning, so I apologise in advance.
Trigger warning. But again, I will say anyone who's listening has probably watched. I wanted something meaty to watch over Christmas, and this is so meaty for loads of reasons we'll get into, but it is so... I think... it's timeless in some ways, and I think it makes some of the other limited series that have followed it, came before it wipes the floor with them. There's a 100%. Good review that I read from TV Scholar. He's a really good piece on it, which I will link in the show notes. And he makes the comparison, like, there's probably a very close comparison between this and Mayor of Easttown. And, like, it makes...
They'd be, like...
It makes Mayor of Easttown look like fucking Itchy and Scratchy, though, in some ways. You know what I mean? With just how... the performances, how it looks, all the details.
Oh my God, the soundtrack is just... I've actually... Like, I discovered that they've... Obviously, there's an artist called The Acid featured, like, a couple of times. There's, like, 2 or 3 tracks from them that feature in the series, and, like, it just captures that feeling of, like, I don't know, it's, like... It's eerie, and it's, like, I don't know, it's so creepy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, liminal? Did you know
as well, I read in that TV Scholar piece, there's the soundtrack is diegetic, which basically means we only hear what the characters hear. So so it's like if it's playing on headphones, if it's playing out of the radio, stuff like that, which is it makes it so much more immersive.
It feels like, that's the word, I couldn't think of, it's like, and music plays like such a significant part in it, especially like rewatching it this time, like, you know, with more of a, I don't know,
critical eye on it.
Yeah. Shout out to my like higher level English teacher.
Mrs. Murta, we love you.
But like that, like anytime there's music in it, it's like it's like an escape. It's like she's using, because you don't realise at the start, like, she has the phone and you're like, it's not her phone. And you're like, whose phone is it?
Yeah.
And why does she have a separate phone? And then you realise, like, she had no relationship with music until she met this person. And then this person is no longer in her life, but she still has the phone. And it's like, it's an escape. It's like, oh, there's a line. She's like, oh, is it like she wants to go home or so? Let's go home. I don't know. I'm not making sense. I am actually incredibly hungover.
Sorry, we need to stop recording. We're hungover. But anyway, sorry. Before we get into kind of the nittier, grittier details, I suppose we should say what the series is about for anyone who's not familiar, or just to kind of refresh it for anyone who's watched a long time ago, but maybe it isn't as fresh in their mind.
So, like, the premise is basically Amy Adams' character is a journalist from... Is it like down south? What state is that?
I don't know.
Anyway, she's like a journalist, and she's obviously like has like a really...
Wind Gap is fake, I will say, but it's like...
No, but it's like it's not Louisiana, it's down... Is it Tennessee? I don't know. Anyway, so she's a journalist, and basically in her hometown there's been like these two... A little girl has gone missing, and there was a girl previous to that had like turned up dead, and her editor is like, I want you to go back to Wind Gap, like your hometown. I feel like your perspective on this is something that like our readers would really appreciate, and it's a really unique perspective because you grew up there, you know the people, you know the town, and he's like, I really need you to go back, and you don't really realise why he's pushing her to go back. Yeah. At the start, but it becomes much more obvious, like he's not just her editor, he's very much like a parental figure. And I can't remember it being... it was like that in the books, definitely 100%, but I couldn't remember it. Did they emphasise it enough in the show? But they do. Like, him and his wife are kind of like surrogate parents to her, and they send her back, so she goes back to this, like, it's, I suppose, like Southern Belle, old money kind of town. What does she describe it as? She's like, you're either old money or you're trash. And he's like, which are you? And she's like, I'm trash from old money. And basically, like, she has like this unhinged relationship with her estranged mother, played by Patricia Clarkson, and she's like a socialite. Oh my... Iconic.
Did you like what you hear? I hope you did. If you did, you can listen to the episode in full at patreon.com/flapculture. Other benefits to becoming a patron include getting the main episodes ad-free. We love that, girls. And you get them a little bit earlier than normal listeners too. So that's nice, isn't it? Why don't you join today? Patreon.com/flapculture. I'll see you there.